Dear Sounds.
Up if you can, as close as you can to the front.
We live from an organization called We Live, also just wrote a memoir, and we are two co-MCs this morning.
I commend you for writing that book and bringing attention to youth violence. But how do you, outside of a book, because I know that us being young and the people you're targeting, books are very, I wouldn't say that would be my perspective, because I know that it's kind of like a dying thing. But like, how do you bring more feeling and attention to youth violence, because it is very prominent on the news, so I feel like people are getting very desensitized to it. So how do you bring the emotion back to, especially black and black violence, or youth violence, or just gun violence here?
You start now, I'll jump in after you.
Well, then that leads me to ask this question: have you ever lost someone to the cause? Yeah. So that right there is what brings the emotion into it, the reality behind it all. In my opinion, honestly, you know, what is able for me to open up others' eyes is when I bring the reality behind it. When I show, you know, that my friends, you know, were in the wrong situation at the wrong time, and that, you know, ultimately, bullets doesn't have names on them. And so when I bring the reality behind it all, that this can happen to anybody, when I bring the reality that, you know, this is still an issue, it's different from hearing it on the news. It's different from hearing it on the news, but when you see acts of violence personally, you know, live, then that changes your perspective. Brandon?
I think we also have to keep in mind, so there's the phrase black and white violence. So I think we have to hold news outlets accountable, because when white people kill white people, the phrase white on white violence has never been a thing. And so when we say black on white violence, it's really, it's a phrase that comes out of racist undertones that the dominant society has created to make it feel like black people are more violent, more aggressive, more destructive. That's just not the case. White people kill white people at the same percentages that black people do, because violence is intraracial. So I think we have to be careful with that narrative, because people get paid off of that narrative. And society continues to feed into this belief that if we use this phrase over and over again, then younger generations will believe that. What we need is more representation in the media, but we also need the media to balance the narrative. Like, everything is negative when it comes to black and brown communities. So there needs to be more representation of positive events, positive motivations, especially when it's black and brown youth leading conversations. He's here, which is amazing, but 13 should have been here, 59 should have been here, 6 should have been here. They all should have been here covering, because if there was a shooting right outside of Tech, every one of them would have been.
All right, here we go. Thomas says jog in place. Thomas says pat your head with your right arm. Thomas says stop jogging. Stop patting your head. Ooh, we got somebody. Yeah, sit it down. Sit it down.
Really think on that hard. What are some of the social issues that you guys go through as young people? All right, we understand? A little energy though, a little energy. Who would win in basketball out of all these groups? Who would win? I heard. Right. I don't play basketball. Okay, that's good. All right.
He got no buckets. He just
All right. Same energy, put that towards the social change that you guys want to impart.
I need that energy. I'm gonna keep it.
I don't even play basketball.
I am next. 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 I am next.
Workshops, that's the whole thing, like making sure you explain, like during the workshop, making sure some of the questions that you ask has to go with that, whatever your project is. Like, they're not professionals, okay? Like,
But it's real. Like, like these opportunities, these discussions, these bonds that hopefully you're going to build, even if it's just for a day, there's power in community.
Yes.
And there's healing through that process. So if you have those things that are still holding on to you, it's okay to feel that emotion, because that will only make you a better leader. So I appreciate y'all for sharing.
And it's okay. And I would love to talk to y'all afterwards, because it doesn't happen in here. Have a good one. We'll see.
Let's bring it together real quick. Bring it in. Red squad on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I wasn't laughing at you, I was laughing at the placement of that joke. Oh, I own my shortness.
I want you to take serious notes with me. It could be iPhone or paper, whatever works for you. I'm an iPhone dude myself on the notes, so whatever works for you.
Only if you're going to take notes. If you don't take notes on your phone, don't bring it out.
Look, but I'm gonna show some video. I'm coming at you like a water hose. We gonna come with a lot of information. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
You need a pen? I got you, bro. You can have this pen. It's gold too. Right there. Go ahead and have that. So look, so here we go. I want you to write down these objectives. Write down these objectives. This is what we own. I'm gonna give you all of my resources in the shortest bit of time that I can. You with me? I'm gonna give you a little backdrop real quick on who I am, my background, what makes me credible to talk to y'all teams.
If you don't have fire in your belly, goal setting is a waste of time. Like I said, if you have no passion, you're gonna give up on it, especially if it's hard. So you have to have a compelling reason when you meet adversity to fight through it. Okay, you have to define your goal. We're gonna talk about that. You gotta be able to consider possibilities and plan your priorities. So you set your goal, right? Then you start thinking about how you're gonna You start thinking about how you're gonna attack. It may create more goals. It may be sub-goals that lead up to that goal. But the planning and prioritizing process will get you on track to where you're achieving your ultimate goal.
Let's don't get caught up in that. But it depends on the person, okay? But they only gotta master. Some people it's the spin move. Some is a bull rush. Some is a knife. But they only gotta find 2 and become really good at it to be a Pro Bowl. You don't gotta be good at all 5. Does that make sense? So that's the sweet spot. To find your sweet spot, you first have to have a desire, a passion. What's your desire? There has to be a need. I'm 5'8". I was a running back way back when. I couldn't be a power forward, even if I wanted to be. You know why? Ain't nobody looking for no 5'8" power forward. I don't have the ability. So when I started my company, I said, okay, my desire is to help professional athletes become entrepreneurs and business owners. That was my desire. I wanted to mentor them in that category. Was there a need for it? Yes. Did I develop the ability? Yes. So I operate my sweet spot. Make sense? We got to figure that out, okay? A lot of the time with us, we don't have any good direction and we don't have access to information.
Express emotion.
You didn't have the words to really formulate what you were thinking, how you were going to
Good. Good. So the actual working definition is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals with common sense and pay attention to this of systems, symbols, signs, behavior.
he would have been fired and never got his job. Change it. I hope we can change discrimination with police. Question?
Could you describe police brutality in your own words? Could you describe police brutality in your own words?
To me, police brutality is when a police officer starts to discriminate and basically they're racial to a black man who hasn't did nothing. And
All right, in conclusion.
In conclusion,
digging for knowledge.
Digging for knowledge will help, like you said before, create a meeting with all the
Officers.
It's for kids who feel like four-year colleges for them, or it's like, and for them to show them the path to success.
How are we going to get the money? We are going to get the money by creating fundraising and talk to local news stations. We are also going to speak at schools to children and teachers.
So this is a skill center. Material will be provided by connected to nonprofit organizations.
Getting a degree or getting good grades is important in the future. One, to stop the stereotypes, and two, just to help yourself if you want to do something with your life, or even if you don't at the time, you still might change your mind later. And then another thing we could do is like helping everyone understand each other, or like asking, just in general now, asking how like white people, black people, Latino people, Asians, or Arabian people experience racism, whether it be negatively, positively, or just the way that they lead their lives differently, or like stereotype, or the other stereotype.
If it's a demographic, other students to teach me.
Now, our topic addresses many problems, but it's more on a broader scope. Like you were saying, it's education. Now, if you can capture a man's mind, you can capture the rest of it. As this is seen plenty of times through history with white oppression, or in the Africa with Egyptians. But we tend to learn more from school and the media than we actually do at home. When we hit around in middle school, we tend to be more on our own, and we're not guided by our teachers, so we pick up on what we see. Now, who are we putting in front of these kids? When you are given examples of black people in the media, you see thugs, you see violence, you see a lot of negative things. So we're speaking with our actions more than our words. We are putting people who can act in front of them. That you are beautiful, then we can lead them in a certain way. So we can skew gun violence, or we can skew dropping out for graduation and whatnot.
Group name next up because we felt like the rate at which minority students and underrepresented population in school systems has contributed to the lack of readiness for after high school.
Tell them they can do better, and why they can know what they want to do in life, and not be confused all their life, and make it somewhere.
So, we're gonna teach more than just like what they want to do after high school. We're gonna teach
constantly, and it's a new person every time that we meet, so that you're constantly learning about history that you're probably never told. So it's a way that we could like get knowledge out for the black community too. So it could possibly work together too.
Yellow one last time, yellow. Blue team. Blue? I think it's blue. All right, blue. Congrats.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna take more pictures, and if you have any more questions for the blue squad or the yellow squad, we're gonna do that after, because I know parents are texting because they're ready for y'all. And so this is our first year actually doing this event, and I hope that y'all like it. Did y'all have fun? So we as an organization, if I can have all the Bloom Project staff, please stand. And the board members, please stand. So this event does not end today. we actually would love and encourage you to participate. And then, so let's go from the beginning. Let's do. You have a time? Can you go get a time?
I know the moment I truly sit down and try to rest it's over. They know that. Got it right. What you saying? Got it right. Talk to me. Talk to me nice. Talk to me. How you feeling? How you like it?
All right.
Hard.
Please stand up on the stage. You ready?
Alright, being good enough? It's not good enough. Mediocrity is the enemy of excellence. I strive for excellence in everything I do. I will set the example for my family, for my real friends, and for my community. I will claim my crown because I am a king.